October 12, 2023. Downtown Los Angeles, 7:43 a.m. Al Pacino walks alone through Pershing Square, shoulders hunched against more than just the morning chill. He's been wandering the streets since 6 a.m., unable to sleep, unable to stay home, unable to escape the suffocating emptiness that follows him everywhere. A limping golden retriever mix approaches him cautiously from behind a park bench. What happens next reveals something heartbreaking. Animals can sense emotional pain that humans have learned to hide. This dog, later named Charlie, will follow Pacino for 6 hours straight, refusing to leave his side. And the reason why will change both their lives forever. Los Angeles, October 2023. Al Pacino is in the darkest period of his life. At 83, he's wealthy, famous, and completely alone. His children rarely call. His friends are dead or distant. His mansion feels like a mausoleum filled with awards that no longer bring him joy. These morning walks through downtown have become his only escape from the crushing silence of success. The dog appears without warning, limping from an old injury to his left rear leg. Charlie is a golden retriever mix, maybe 7 years old, with matted fur and scars that tell the story of 3 years on Los Angeles streets. Unlike most strays who approach people begging for food, Charlie approaches Pacino with something different. Recognition. He sits directly in Pacino's path and stares up at him with eyes that seem to understand something profound. "Go on, get out of here," Pacino says, attempting to walk around the dog. But Charlie doesn't move. Instead, he stands and begins following exactly 3 feet behind Pacino, matching his pace perfectly. When Pacino stops, Charlie stops. When Pacino turns left toward Spring Street, Charlie turns left. When Pacino sits on a bench to rest, Charlie sits and waits, never taking his eyes off him. At first, Pacino tries to discourage the attention. "I don't have any food," he tells the dog. "I'm not going to pet you. I'm not taking you home." But Charlie's behavior isn't typical stray dog behavior. He's not begging or demanding anything. He's simply choosing to be present, as if he's decided that Al Pacino needs companionship whether he wants it or not. For the first hour, Pacino finds the constant following annoying. He tries walking faster to lose the limping dog. He tries changing directions suddenly. He tries hiding in a coffee shop, thinking Charlie will wander off. Instead, Charlie waits patiently outside the window, watching Pacino through the glass with calm persistence. "That dog's been waiting for you for 20 minutes, the barista observes. When Pacino emerges from the coffee shop, Charlie immediately falls back into formation 3 feet behind him, as if they've been walking partners for years. By the second hour, Pacino's annoyance transforms into curiosity. "What do you want from me?" he asks the dog during a rest stop in Grand Park. Charlie tilts his head but continues staring with those knowing eyes. "I'm not a dog person. I don't even like animals. You're wasting your time." But as Pacino observes Charlie more closely, he notices something that stops him cold. This dog isn't desperate or needy like other strays. He's patient, dignified, and completely focused, like someone who's found exactly what he was looking for after a long search. The third hour brings an unexpected encounter that explains everything. A homeless man named Miguel recognizes Charlie from the downtown area. "That's Charlie," Miguel tells Pacino. "Been on these streets about 3 years. Used to belong to some actor guy who dumped him when he got too old and expensive to maintain." The information hits Pacino like a physical blow. Charlie isn't just any stray dog. He's a former celebrity pet who was abandoned when his usefulness expired. Just like Pacino fears will happen to him. He usually runs from people. Miguel continues. Never seen him follow nobody like this. Must see something in you he recognizes. That something becomes clear during the 4th hour of their strange partnership. Pacino stops in MacArthur Park and sits on a bench, finally acknowledging his canine companion directly. You were thrown away too, weren't you? He asks softly. Charlie moves closer. Close enough to rest his chin on Pacino's knee, the first physical contact they've made. The simple gesture breaks something open in Pacino's chest. For the first time in months, he's experiencing unconditional acceptance from a living being who wants nothing from him except presence. You don't care that I'm Al Pacino, he realizes aloud. You don't want autographs or favors or money. You just want to be here. Charlie's tail wags slightly, not with excitement, but with contentment. He's found what he was looking for. By the 5th hour, Pacino has stopped trying to lose Charlie and starts talking to him instead. I haven't had a real friend in probably 20 years, he admits as they walk slowly through the arts district. Everyone wants something. My agent wants 10%. My publicist wants me to stay relevant. My family wants money. But you just want to walk together. Charlie maintains his 3-foot distance, but his presence feels less like following and more like companionship. Two discarded souls moving through the city together, neither judging the other's circumstances. The revelation comes during their stop at a food truck near the fashion district. Pacino orders a hot dog and tears off pieces to share with Charlie. The dog accepts the food gratefully, but never begs for more, never becomes pushy or demanding. You take only what I offer, Pacino observes. You don't try to manipulate me into giving more. This simple behavior contrasts sharply with every human relationship Pacino has had for decades, where people constantly angle for more access, more money, more of his time and energy. The food truck owner, Maria, watches their interaction with keen interest. That dog chose you, she tells Pacino with the certainty of someone who's observed many human-animal interactions. Dogs know things about people that people don't know about themselves. Like what? Pacino asks, genuinely curious for the first time in months. Like whether you're lonely, like whether you need someone to care about. Like whether you've forgotten how to trust someone who doesn't want anything from you. Her words carry unexpected weight because Charlie seems to embody all 3 observations perfectly. He's providing companionship for crushing loneliness, purpose for a need to care about something meaningful, and patience for building trust that's been shattered by decades of exploitation. As they continue walking, Pacino begins to notice other things about Charlie that reveal the depth of the dog's understanding. When crowds of people approach, Charlie subtly guides Pacino toward quieter paths. When Pacino's breathing becomes labored from walking, Charlie slows his pace without being asked. When aggressive panhandlers approach asking for money, Charlie positions himself protectively between them and Pacino. You're taking care of me, Pacino realizes during their 5th hour together. You're actually taking care of me. It's a revelation that shakes him deeply, because he can't remember the last time anyone had prioritized his well-being over their own agenda. Charlie is providing the kind of attentive, protective presence that Pacino had always imagined family should offer, but never actually experienced. The 6th hour brings the moment that changes everything. Pacino sits on the steps of the Cathedral of Our Lady of the Angels, exhausted from the longest walk he's taken in years. Charlie, despite his own limp and obvious fatigue, positions himself protectively beside the steps, facing outward as if standing guard over his chosen person. You're protecting me, Pacino says with wonder. Nobody's tried to protect me in decades. A family with young children approaches, recognizing Pacino despite his attempt at anonymity. The children rush forward excitedly, wanting photos and autographs, their parents encouraging the intrusion. Charlie immediately tenses, not aggressively, but alertly and gently interposes himself between them and Pacino, creating a respectful barrier without being threatening. The dog's protective instinct gives Pacino permission to say something he's never been able to say before. "I'm sorry, not today. I'm just trying to have a quiet walk." The family accepts this boundary much more easily when it's reinforced by Charlie's calm but firm presence. For the first time in his adult life, Pacino experiences having someone prioritize his comfort and privacy over public demands. "Thank you," Pacino whispers to Charlie, and makes the decision that will change both their lives forever. "Come on, boy," he says, standing up with new determination. "Let's go home." The transformation begins immediately. Charlie, who had seemed content to follow at a respectful distance forever, now trots directly beside Pacino with obvious joy and relief. His tail wags constantly. His limp seems less pronounced. His entire demeanor shifts from patient endurance to active partnership. He's no longer a stray dog following a stranger. He's a companion walking with his chosen family member. The ride home in Pacino's car reveals another dimension of Charlie's intuitive understanding. Instead of being anxious or overexcited about the luxury vehicle, Charlie settles calmly in the passenger seat and watches the city go by with quiet contentment, as if he always knew this was how their story was supposed to end. At Pacino's Beverly Hills mansion, the staff is genuinely shocked by the appearance of this bedraggled, limping dog. "Mr. Pacino, sir, should we call animal control?" his housekeeper, Maria, asks with obvious concern. "This dog looks like he might have diseases or behavioral problems." "No," Pacino says, with more firmness than he's shown about anything in years. "Charlie lives here now. Set up whatever he needs, food, water, a comfortable place to sleep, and call the best veterinarian in the city." The veterinary examination reveals the full extent of Charlie's abandonment trauma and street survival. He's significantly undernourished, weighing 20 pounds less than ideal for his breed and size. He has an untreated leg injury from being hit by a car 2 years earlier that never healed properly. His teeth show signs of chewing on concrete and metal, indicating desperate attempts to find food in urban environments. Most concerning are the psychological markers of severe separation anxiety and trust trauma. But Dr. Patricia Holmes, the veterinarian, notes something highly unusual in her detailed report. This dog has made a profound and immediate psychological attachment to Mr. Pacino. His stress indicators dropped dramatically, just being in the same room, and his cortisol levels normalized within hours of arriving at the house. The reverse phenomenon is equally remarkable. For the first time in years, Pacino sleeps through the night without medication because Charlie sleeps on a custom bed beside his own, providing a calming, protective presence that no pharmaceutical intervention had achieved. I wake up and there's someone genuinely happy to see me, Pacino tells his therapist during their next session. Not because I'm famous or wealthy or might do something for them, but just because I exist and I'm present. I'd completely forgotten what that felt like. Charlie's integration into Pacino's isolated life becomes a masterclass in mutual healing and the psychological benefits of interspecies bonding. The dog slowly learns to trust human kindness and consistency again, while Pacino rediscovers the simple, profound joy of caring for another living being without expecting anything in return. 6 months later, Pacino reflects on the October morning that fundamentally changed his perspective on connection, purpose, and what makes life worth living. "Charlie found me when I didn't even know I was lost," He explains to a close friend who's noticed his dramatically improved mental health. He saw something in me that I'd forgotten existed. The capacity to be loved simply for being present and kind. No performance required, no agenda hidden, no transaction involved. The golden retriever mix who once limped through downtown Los Angeles, looking for belonging, now sleeps peacefully in a custom bed beside Hollywood's greatest actor, both of them finally home. Their story becomes a reminder that sometimes the most profound and healing connections happen between two souls who recognize each other's pain and consciously choose companionship over isolation. Charlie didn't save Al Pacino's life. He reminded him that life is worth living when shared with someone who chooses to stay simply because they want to, not because they have to. Today, at 84, Pacino rarely takes those depressing solo walks through downtown that had become his escape from emptiness. Instead, he and Charlie explore neighborhoods together every morning, two former strays who found family in each other when they needed it most. The boy from the Bronx, who learned to perform for love, finally discovered that the best kind of love requires no performance at all, just the willingness to walk beside someone 3 feet apart, for as long as they need you there.